I think in the year 2022, I had more than 20 HRs or CEOs reach out to me via LinkedIn to say, "Oh, would you
Wow.
like to work with us?" Yeah, so
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Blessing, and today I have with me someone that is here to talk to us about LinkedIn optimization and starting a new career. So can you please introduce yourself to my viewers?
yeah, thank you, Blessing. My name is Chidime Munyegule. I'm a product manager. Yeah, I studied geological sciences at Nnamdi Azikiwe University.
You studied what?
Geological science.
I do not know. Honestly, I didn't know. Wow.
Yeah. So, but now I work as a product manager. So, yeah, that's the career switch we want to talk about. Yeah.
So if you are there, you need to learn how to use LinkedIn. You are not familiar with LinkedIn. You need to, learn one or two things about using LinkedIn, or you want to start a new career entirely. This video is for you. Stay tuned. Okay, so you studied geological sciences. That's like
Yeah.
very far from what you're doing now as a product
Yeah,
manager.
very true.
So how did you navigate the career path and how did you get to where you are now?
Okay, so studied geology, and I think I had a little work experience with
Wow.
geology. First, I worked with a water drilling firm,
Wow.
drilling boreholes all around Anambra State. And then when I moved back to Lagos, I had a short stint with an oil company, Platform Petroleum,
Wow.
about 3 months. And NYC happened. I did a bit of project management during the course of my NYC. That's when I began to develop that interest in
Interest, okay.
project and product management. And then COVID happened. There was no forthcoming job at the time, and so during the COVID era, I began to try hands-on tech stuff. And then post-COVID, I got into a full-on tech training, product management, and that was when I got full scale into it. I really loved it, and yeah,
Okay,
went
let
into
me
it.
get something. You said you had like a little bit of experience in product management. How was it? Because it's not like you had previous experience before then.
Yeah, so
So,
it wasn't really product management at that time. It
okay.
was project
Project,
management.
okay.
Yeah, but doing that, I began to read about things surrounding it. I heard about product management, and so I was looking forward to I was just trying to find out, is this something I really love to do? Is this, and I was also just praying about it and trying to find direction. Post school, you're really looking forward to direction for your life and what you want to do with your future. And so as I was just trying my hands on different things and also just praying, I found out that that's project management, product management part was what I wanted to do. And yeah, then I found out about product management that it was more suited to myself, what I wanted to achieve, and it was more relevant to the tech space. And so yeah, I decided to learn,
Okay,
get into
walk
it.
me through how you were able to just let go of the previous experiences you had, like how you got to that point where you felt, fine, how many years is this one in school?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that the 4 years in school, let's just put it aside and start a new career. How did it feel? How were you able to, get to that point? Just how did you feel? What was the process like? Was it easy for you? Or is it that if you had gotten maybe other opportunities in that same path, would you have continued? What were the things that made you decide to just switch?
Okay, yeah. So truth is, studying geology. I really loved geology, and maybe I still love geology. And I wanted to practice. I wanted to work in the oil and gas. I wanted to, practice all of geology. And like I said, I started doing it. And but beyond just what you study, there's then that direction for your life. And I think it was at a time when some of the oil companies were even retrenching staff and the opportunities were even slimmer. So as I began to just pray and look forward to what will I do with my life, I then began to find love in project management and product management. But then, funny enough, 3 months into product management, I had this uncle come to my house, and he told me about this opportunity in an oil and gas firm, oil servicing company, and all of that. Then I was still an intern, so the pay gap was much, but I was already excited about product management. I was already sure that that's where I wanted to go to. So you know what, geology. we abandon you for now. And so I decided to just focus on what I felt was the right path, to continue my life on. And I'm glad I did, I'm really glad I did.
Okay, looking back now, would you say that at that point it seemed like you had more passion for product management than for geology?
Yeah, at that point where I made that decision, yeah, like it was all tech space. I wanted to get into the tech space. In fact, before I even decided product management, like I said, I started with project management, and then I wanted to just explore. So I tried graphic design, I tried a little bit of software, I tried some video editing. I've just been playing around, all of the tech stuff, but it was product management. In fact, I tried UI UX design in a little bit. So but then I decided no, this is where I wanted to be. So at that point, maybe my passion for the whole of geology stuff had begun to die because I knew that there was something for me in the tech space.
Okay, so I want to really point attention to the fact that he tried a lot of things. He did not just say, I've tried, let me just stop from graphics to UI UX. So don't stop trying. You might have tried a lot of things and you feel like you have still not gotten what you like and you feel let me just give up. Let me anything goes. No. It will get to a point where you get there's something you will try and you feel like I think this is it. I'm more passionate about this. I want to continue to do this. So at that point that you knew that you wanted to go into product management, what were the steps you took? Because obviously it's not like you had any knowledge, or did you start looking out for courses to take, or you just started making applications? How did you go about it?
Okay, so one thing I know is that when you're passionate about something, the first step is actually to be knowledgeable about it. So when I began to develop passion for product management, the first thing to do was to be knowledgeable about it. So on my own first, I began to read about it, and then luckily an opportunity came for me to get into a training. I applied, and God being gracious, I was accepted into the training. I dedicated myself to it, even gave him extra time to study even after training. And yeah, it was from that training I got an internship opportunity and then began to climb in my career.
So you did not mind starting with training for somebody that you're a graduate, you have your results, you had served. You do not mind starting with training and interning. How did you feel about it? I'm sure maybe others, some of your friends would have been working like full time,
Yeah.
and you had to do internship. How did you feel about it? What were the things you were focused on that made you, go through that moment without feeling too bad or anything, without giving up?
So I think sometimes that's the price to pay most times when you want to do a change of career. Many times, you have to, many times, not all the time, many times you have to start from the scratch. But that's why you need to be sure that this is what you want to do. If I wasn't sure that was what I wanted to do, trust me, I'd have been frustrated. There was little income. There was almost nothing to say from all of the money being made at that time was spent on transport and data. But because I was sure that's what I wanted to go at, seeing like a path in it, as saying that okay, if I start from here, this is where I'm heading to in the next 2 3 years. I was willing to pay the price for a while, so that after a while I could get to where I wanted to be. So it was just about looking at the big dream and paying the price at the moment.
That's commendable. So let's talk about LinkedIn. Do you think LinkedIn is overrated? Because a lot of people that job hunting now, people will tell them go to LinkedIn, prioritize LinkedIn, and it's always like everybody is just LinkedIn, LinkedIn. What is it about LinkedIn? Do you think it's overrated?
Okay, to answer that question, I think in the year 2022, I had more than 20 HRs or CEOs reach out to me via LinkedIn to say, "Oh, would you
Wow.
like to work with us?" Yeah, so if it's really overrated, I don't know if that's overrated.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
not.
so if you set up your LinkedIn well, trust me, I think it bets a lot of opportunity, especially if you're in the tech space. It may not, I'm not sure how LinkedIn works across board, because I've heard people who are in other fields say, this LinkedIn thing is not working for me. I'm a
Well,
nurse. Nobody's coming
I
here.
can tell them for free. I can tell you for free that I'm not in the tech space, and I got the job I'm doing right now on LinkedIn. So
You see?
it's not overrated, actually.
You see?
I just
Yeah, I
wanted us
agree
to
with
put
you.
that out there. Like, it's not
Not at all.
overrated. Okay, so what are the basic things you feel that people should do to optimize their page? What are the things you feel recruiters are looking out for on anybody's LinkedIn page? What are the things that they should do?
Okay, so I'll start with the basic.
Okay.
Your profile photo. LinkedIn is a professional platform. So your profile picture should be professional at
No
least.
selfie.
Yeah, some people just bend somehow and take a funny selfie, or they use their house
Snapchat with
clothes. Yes,
with dog
Snapchat.
hair.
No, that doesn't look very professional. So LinkedIn is a professional platform, and your profile picture should be professional. Your cover photo is also very important. It should also show that you're professional. Probably have a little detail about you. You
Okay.
know, the profile picture, the cover photos. Those are the first things people see. So when you get those ones right, let's plan want to see more. And the next important thing is your header. Your name, and then more like a catchy header,
Summary.
like not necessarily a summary, more like a title.
Okay.
Is not always about your job title, really sometimes about the skills, something like a product manager, and scrum master, sometimes a little bit of all those certifications, certified product manager. You just put the CPM, and you put all of the stuffs in the bracket, PMP. Those things just let people know that, okay, this guy is professional, let me check him out. Sometimes just those headers make you look like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. you know yeah, so that's the
And
next
for
thing.
beginners that don't really have, maybe those that are just finishing school.
So as a beginner, if you studied medicine, you're a doctor. So put it there that you're a medical doctor.
Okay,
If
somebody
you've
that
been
studies
trained,
soil science.
if you yeah, put it proudly. If you don't want to
Soil
say soil
scientist.
scientist, you can say scientist.
I actually put soil scientist on my
So
own.
yeah, so just I think it's really about how you put it out there, but be proud to put it out there. Put something there that shows that, oh man, you're qualified to do what you do. Be proud of it. Put it there with all of the pride, and put it there so boldly. Yeah, so that, yeah, I'm good at this.
Okay.
Then I think the next thing is your about. That for me is almost like the most important thing. Why I say that is, I discovered that even when recruiters search for possible employees, people take up jobs, there's search engine optimization, involved. And so if you write your about with using all of the right
Keywords.
words, the keywords, you'll be, your profile will always pop up when they're looking for the right people. So look for the jargons that are unique to your career path, and make sure that they're all included in your about.
Or to field, so the field you want to break into. Like,
Yeah, or into the field you want to break into, and then make it a story. Storytelling is very important. Tell a story about yourself. Don't just put in all of the stuff anyhow. Let it be a story. Tell a story with all of the right jargons.
okay, I want to ask a question. Okay, let's say for somebody that finished service like years ago and has not been using LinkedIn, and the person wants to start to use LinkedIn. What are the things after all of these things? Maybe the person that wants to make a post. What do you think should be the first post? Like, it's been years. You can't even, okay, for those that are just finishing school, it's easy for them to just go on and say, oh, my convocation was on so day, I graduated with so results. But for someone that has never used LinkedIn before and is just starting, like, there's a lot of things, because some of these things are things you would want to appear. Okay, let's say someone that maybe graduated well, had a good result, and wants to find a way to talk about these things, but then it's already too late. Is there a way to still talk about it, or just go on from where you are?
Okay, so you've not been using LinkedIn before. You want to start using LinkedIn. I don't think the first thing is to say, "Hey guys, I want to remind you that I graduated 5 years ago." That's totally off. So what I would advise is make a post something related to what you do. Just talk about your job. Talk about something you learned today. Okay, yesterday while at work, while trying to do this and that, I found out that this and that will help me get my job done better. Just say something that sounds professional. Tell a story. Make a post about what you do. Something that someone can learn from, that someone else can learn from. So that would be my advice. Don't come tell us about your achievements and all of those things. Sometimes it's not really necessary. Just people actually follow people that they learn from.
Yeah.
Most of the people who are the most followed people on LinkedIn are people who people learn one or two things from.
Words
So
of wisdom.
post something that somebody can learn from. Yeah, and it works out well that way.
Okay, what can you say about connection too? Because I've seen people that will go and look for HR in fields where they want to get jobs, and then they start connecting with them, start connecting with people. Does that help?
Okay, so talking about connections, I think it's something people should pay very good attention to. If I want to be a product manager, or I'm looking for a job as a product manager, or I'm generally in the tech space, people I connect with should be people who are in that field, who are in that space, so that way most of their posts will be things that are related to what I want to do. Not just that I'll find opportunities, it's also that I will learn. Most of when when I go to my LinkedIn wall, whenever I go to LinkedIn as a profile as a product manager, I always learn something new. Somebody maybe in US, somebody in India, some connection somewhere in the world is posting about something new in the world of
Related
product
to your
management,
field.
or a new tool, or a new process. So every time I'm learning something new, every time I'm finding a new community I can be part of, sometimes I'm finding a new program that is going on, a new training, because I'm following people in that field. Come on, I'm a product manager, and then I decide to go follow people in medical field every day. Yeah, I'll be healthy because I'll see a lot of healthy stuff, but my career will not be healthy, most likely. Another thing is, talking about HRs in that field. A lot of times HRs post, oh, we're hiring, we're hiring. So if you follow HRs that in that field, tech HRs if you're in tech, medical HRs if you're in medicine, and like that. Those in the banking sector, you follow HRs of banks and all of that. Those. So when they say they're hiring, it's stuff that's most likely related to you. So, but if I go follow only HRs that work in the bank, HRs that work in Greek firms and all of that, if they post their hiring 30 times in a year, I probably will
It's
not.
not
There'll be no
relevant.
one that is relevant to me. Yeah, so
So
connection is very important
LinkedIn is not social media.
at all.
Don't go and be looking for me on LinkedIn that you want to connect with me, because we're not in the same field.
I'll be looking for
Look
that
for
cool guy and
people,
find it.
right? LinkedIn is
No,
not
no.
Facebook, it's not Instagram. If you want to connect with people on social levels, you know where to go to, not LinkedIn. It's
Yeah,
for
sure.
professional,
Very professional.
related things. So you should connect with people that are in your field, people that are doing something that you want to maybe learn from and all of that. Don't just randomly connect with your friends. This guy went to same school, and be
I'm
quick to
telling you,
connect to
man.
them. So be very careful and be mindful about that. So
One more thing I wanted to say that will really help on LinkedIn, especially help your profile, is the LinkedIn skill test. A lot of people don't know about it, but the LinkedIn has a skill test. What it does for you is that if you pass the LinkedIn skill test, if a recruiter is looking for somebody in your field, LinkedIn will most likely put your profile first,
first,
because they've tested you and they know that you have this skill. So they'll most likely put your profile in front of the recruiter, because you'll be given a skill badge, for that skill. So if you have a skill, go check out the LinkedIn skill test, try it and pass it and get the skill badge. It's also help you, pop up for recruiters.
if I take the test and I fail, can I take it again?
Yes, you can retake
Okay.
it.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, is there any other thing you want to say generally about LinkedIn career switch?
Generally about LinkedIn, LinkedIn is a beautiful place. Like you said earlier, it's not overrated. There are opportunities on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not just a platform for finding job opportunities. LinkedIn is a platform generally for career growth, for learning, most importantly. In fact, what I do most on LinkedIn is to learn. Follow people who are far above you in your career path and learn from them. That's the most important thing on LinkedIn.
And even me, I've learned a lot of things. So there are a lot of people I need to go and follow, and people I have
Yeah.
no business following.
Hey, trust
Thank
me.
you so much for coming. Thank you
Thank you for
for
having me.
all of this knowledge. I'm sure people will learn one or two things. I'm really glad to have you here. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
very
for
much.
coming. Okay, so if people want to connect with you on LinkedIn or on any platform, how can they find you?
My name is Chidube Munyebule on LinkedIn, so just check me out.
Okay, the link to his LinkedIn will be in the description box. Make sure you check it out and connect with him. You can ask him your questions, and if you have questions, you can drop it. I'm sure it will be in the comment section to reply some comments.
Sure.
So thank you for watching. Tell them to subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe to this channel.
Subscribe to this channel.
Very, very good
Turn on
content
post
on this channel.
notification if you have not, and share this video with your friends that need to learn about LinkedIn. And for people that have been telling you, oh, I want to change my career, this is the video for them. So thank you for watching once again. See you in the next one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.